My face.
We're live? Okay, welcome everybody tonight to our August regular town board meeting. Before we get started, ask everybody to stand, we'll have the pledge of allegiance. Since we have our town assessor with us, Todd Wiley, I'd ask you to lead us in the pledge. Wonderful job, Mr. Wallace. Let's just quickly go around the room and introduce who's here. On my right is the town clerk, Kelly Allegra. To my left is Councilwoman Eve Lincoln, Councilwoman Sylvia Santiago. To my right is Councilman Steve Moreau and Councilman Steve Bedetti. At the table, we have our town attorney, Dave Zagon, our police chief, Robert Doss, our highway superintendent, Anthony Feo. And with us tonight is Todd Wiley. He's our town assessor. And unfortunately, I am George Myers. Okay, the first order of business tonight is the public hearing regarding the sewer assessment roll. So that's why Todd Wiley is with us, and he will speak to that for a short period of time. Mr. Wiley.
Yeah, every year, the town board has to sewer assessment of all properties in their sewer. How much people are taxed? Line item. It's based on a point system. They're all listed here and all the points, but it doesn't get a lot of attention. Typical bill's $15–20 a year. What it's paying for is the bond debt service when the infrastructure was put in place. Typically, it's millions of dollars for a big, and we pay back over 20–25 years. Often it's paid off. We've already borrowed money again to the portions of it. So it's an ongoing thing, but because it isn't taxed, we have to give the public an opportunity to challenge it. And tonight will be your final chance to challenge it. We typically never have anyone here to challenge it because if there's an issue, we adjust it year round. We only publish the roll once a year. But we get copies of all the building permits, demolition permits, fire reports, things like that. We adjust the roll every year. But before we can levy the tax on the January 2020 bill, we have to give the public an opportunity to challenge. For example, we were charging somebody for a 3-family house, and it was actually now a 2-family house. This would be their last chance to bring that to our attention. They don't kill it tonight, and it gets approved, and that tax is coming in January. I'm here to answer any questions. Terms, if anybody wants to challenge the points that we're charging for, now's your final chance.
All right, thank you, Todd. We'll wait a minute because we have, we stream these meetings live on Facebook. We've been streaming since 2020. So let's see if anybody pops up. Anybody in the audience want to say something? If not, we'll move along. Danielle, anybody look like they're on there? Okay. Okay. Thanks, Todd. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, close the public hearing in matter of the proposed sewer assessment roll for 2022. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, adopt the sewer assessment roll for the year 2022 and authorize the town clerk to advertise for same as required by law. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Mr. Wiley, if I was you, I would take my leave. If you'd like to stay for the whole meeting, you're certainly welcome. Okay, the next
Are you
item.
throwing me out?
No, I'm saying you can stay. I mean, if you,
Why, I guess I can stay.
sure, no. I thought maybe you would want to get going, but if you want to stay, that's fine with me. All right, next item on the agenda is a public comment period on agenda items only. So the speaker is permitted to speak for up to 3 minutes on just agenda items. At the end of the meeting, we will have another public hearing, public comment period, and you can comment on whatever you'd like to comment. So we'll hold up for a minute to see if someone wants to comment on agenda items. And I'm not having a stroke, right?
We all are.
You all are.
Yeah. No.
What did you do? Yeah. Did you do something?
It's like,
Okay.
All right, I'll turn it back off, hold on.
Danielle? Nada. Okay. Now we'll move along. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, approve the minutes of the Town Board meeting held on July 6, 2022, as per the copy posted on the Town Clerk's bulletin board in the Town Hall. Same distributed to each of the Town Board members. Roll call.
motion. Moved. Second.
I'm sorry. That was a
Councilmember-
motion. Roll call now. Go ahead.
Councilman Moreau,
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln,
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize and approve the hiring of Tyler Vanasco as a full-time laborer. Said employment shall commence effective August 6, 2022. Motion?
Can I ask this item to be tabled?
You are making a motion to table it?
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
So where are we going here? Up, to vote? Okay, so we'll vote on the tabling of it. So I would assume that Sylvia and Eve are yeses, table?
Yes.
Steve Bedetti?
No.
Steve Morel? Okay, I'm a no too. So we're not table, we're moving along. So now we have that motion on the floor, so we'll go. Motion? Anybody want to
Move. Second.
roll call?
Councilman Moreau,
No.
Councilman Bedetti,
No.
Councilwoman Santiago,
Abstain.
okay, Councilwoman Lincoln,
Abstain.
Supervisor Myers.
No. That's that. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law calling for sealed bids for the Creamery Drive culvert repair and lining project, which shall be received in public open on the first day of September 2022 at 2 p.m. local time in the office of the town of New Windsor, Town Clerk, 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. The Town Board, Town of New Windsor reserves the right to reject any or all bids. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau,
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln,
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, this is a long-term problem we've had down in Butter Hill. One of the culverts has collapsed and we need to repair it. So we'll get some bids in and we'll see what the bids come in at. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize the supervisor to execute the attached agreement between the County of Orange and Town of New Windsor for the snow and ice control on certain county roads for the 2022/2023 season. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau,
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln,
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, this is the annually Town Highway Department under our Highway Superintendent Anthony Farrell maintain Union Avenue. The county pays us just a little under $15,000 for the season. Just a receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor hereby receive and file the attached irrevocable order of dedication from L&M Merch Realty LLC to the Town of Windsor dated April 4th, 2022, and recorded in the Orange County Clerk's Office on June 30th, 2022, and Libra 15264 at page 1270 for 0.33 acres of land to be added to the existing Merch Lane and utilized as a town roadway. So I'll speak to this in a minute. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor hereby receive and file the attached bargain and sale deed from L&M Merch Realty LLC to the Town of New Windsor dated April 4th, 2022, which was recorded in the Orange County Clerk's Office on the 30th day of June 2022 and Libra 15264 at page 1274 for 0.33 acres of land to be added to the existing Merch Lane and utilized as a town roadway. There was a little issue that had been going on for years and years about a small road over in the Five Corners area, and we're just cleaning up some things and have filed all the deeds, and hopefully we'll be okay from here on out. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize the supervisor to execute and attach revised federal aid and local projects utility work agreement among the Town of New Windsor, City of Newburgh, and the New York State Department of Transportation, providing for the relocation of the Town of New Windsor's transit water main and installation of a new water meter pit by the City of Newburgh during its replacement of Walsh Road over Crusade Bridge project. The agreement was revised to clearly delineate the ownership between the Town of New Windsor and the City of Newburgh of the water main, meter pit and valves, hydrant to be replaced, and part of the City of Newburgh replacement of the Walsh Road Bridge. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. This is a project the city of Newburgh has undertaken, and it's that bridge over by Gus's Tavern that heads into the city of Newburgh, and they're replacing some things for the town, so we have agreed to sign off on their work. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize the supervisor to execute the attached access stipulation for purposes of authorized pursuant to Article 27 of the Environmental Conservation Law between the Town of New Windsor and New York State Department of Conservation for the proper abandonment and decommissioning of the monitoring wells to be installed upon the town-owned property at Guernsey Drive within the town's right-of-way and at 131 Forge Hill Road. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, these are some wells that are being checked to see for some contamination as to where it's coming from. The DEC is kind of behind this, so we're just allowing them to put them on some of our town properties. It's another receiving file. Here, no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor receiving file, the speediest discharge permit modified June 30th, 2022 for the sewer treatment plant, effective September 22nd of 2017 and expiring August 31st, 2022. This is just a permit to operate the sewer plant on Caesars Lane. And this goes through August 22, and then they automatically extended it for us. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm sorry. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, open the public hearing on the property known as 18 Victory Lane, Section 16, Block 4, Lot 19, owned by John Constantino, pursuant to the Town Board Resolution dated July 6, 2022, in order pursuant to the Town of New Windsor local law. Unsafe building or collapsed structures, which was served upon John Constantino pursuant to Section 113-2A of the Town Code of Town of New Windsor by affixing said notice and order to the premises of 18 Victory Lane, New Windsor, New York, 12553. Mailing and notice of order was regularly certified. Return receipt requested to the last known address of the owner and is shown by the records of the receiver taxes and/or in the office of the county clerks on the 8th day of June 2022 and publishing it in the official newspaper of the Town of Windsor, which is the Mid-Hudson Times. That would be you, Alberto. So let me just read this little blurb. The town provides, and then we'll go right there. You don't want me to read this first? And then I'll do the motion? No? Okay. So our chair will entertain a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, okay, so there's a little blurb here that I have received from the town attorney's office. We're trying to cover all the bases here because this gets a little complicated. But the town code provides that when we determine a structure to be unsafe, a hearing is held to give the owner an opportunity to be heard. To that end, we have given notice of this hearing to the owner of 18 Victory Lane, Mr. John Constantine, so that he can, if he wishes, appear before the board and either oppose the board's determination or ask for an opportunity to remedy the situation. This is not a public hearing in the sense that no one is involved except for the property owner and the board. We do not receive comment from the general public. With that said, is John Constantino here tonight? Okay, so I see maybe there. He's not there either. Okay, so I just quick history of this, that I had the opportunity to see this property for the first time in my lifetime in May of 2022. I happened to be out there with the fire inspector who called me and wanted me to take a look at it. And I could not believe the condition of this house. So I immediately began the process of now declaring it an unsafe structure. We had the town engineer go out, did some documentation that he agreed that it's an unsafe structure. And now what happens is we will go out with a request for proposal to have someone make a proposal to take it down. And at that point, they will take it down, and the cost of that will be borne by the property owner. And if the property owner does not pay, it then goes to the county, and the county reimburses the town. And the county then chases around the owner. So we was not familiar with this property until May, and I kind of got everybody marshaled up pretty quick, and we went after it. So that property is coming down one way or another. So it may take a little time. I guess we have to give him any time here to respond now that he hasn't shown up, or that's enough?
At this point.
No,
But
okay.
You need to close the hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna close it up. I just want to, I know some people hear about that, so I'm just trying to clear up for them that that was the first time I saw it in May. And here we are in August and we're already moving towards that. So, I don't suspect that'll be there. There's some speculation that I heard from someone who's online today, Kathleen Contreras, that she thinks somebody named Sal bought it. We don't know that. When you sell your property to another person, that deed goes through the county. It's not, doesn't happen at the town. We are notified by the county. Usually we're like 4 or 5 months behind. They notify us that A purchased the property from B, so A is not a new property owner. As far as we're concerned, as we live and breathe today, John Constantine is the property owner. So he will be the guy that will be chasing around. So let me close this public hearing and then we'll move on. And if anybody has any questions, at the end, we have another public comment. I know there's some concern about apartments. There's no apartments. There's not going to be any apartments. There won't be any apartments, and that's the end of that. So that's a residential R1 area, and it's just going to be one-family houses. So I think Constantine, we haven't heard or seen him in five years plus, give or minus. But as I said, I personally got here in 2020, and I saw it for the first time, and the fire inspector wanted me to look at it. I happened to be out to look at something else. He said, "Hey, stop down here. I want to show you something." I was like, "This has got to be a joke." So we're on this, and I know people are concerned, but it's been there for 5 years. I wonder where everybody was. I was only here for like a year or two, and I already gone after it. The chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the hearing of the matter of 18 Victory Lane, New Windsor, New York, at 7:16 p.m. Motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to the Town of Windsor Town Code, Section 113-4, and the resolution annexed here too, authorize the town supervisor to take all measures necessary to secure, repair, and remove the unsafe structure located at 18 Victory Lane in Windsor, New York, which property is identified in the Town of Windsor maps as Section 16, Block 4, Lot 9. Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby rescind certain prior bond resolutions in whole or in part, which authorize the issuance of bonds for various purposes in and for the town in accordance with the resolution annexed here to. Motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, we had authorized some bonds over the last probably 15, 20 years that we didn't use all the money. So now we are just advising the bond company that we don't need the money, and that will cut down the debts that the town is listed as having. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, hereby rescind, no, that's the same thing, wake up. 13, that's 13, Kelly?
14 is next.
14 is next. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, call a public hearing regarding proposed local law to override the tax levy limit established by the General Municipal Law, Section 3C-5, to be held September 7, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall, 555 Union Avenue, Windsor, New York, and authorize the town clerk to advertise for same pursuant to law, all in accordance with the resolution annexed here to. Motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this is an annual thing that the board does each year in August, just in case we have to exceed the tax limit, which I think is 2%. So we'll see how things go, but we just started putting together the town's 2023 budget last week, and it'll be a work in progress for the next probably 8 weeks or so. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to resolution attached here too, hereby authorize the town supervisor to execute the New York State Department of Transportation application for permits to operate equipment for law enforcement purposes in order for the town may obtain New York State Department of Transportation permits to install security cameras license plate readers, and related equipment on utility poles located within the various New York State right-of-ways and pole numbers, specific locations being identified in the resolution attached here to a motion.
Moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember O.
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, these are cameras that we have put up at the request of the police department, and they've been very instrumental in helping us arrest some criminals from time to time. And we've also helped some nearby municipalities. When they go through, we can pick up the plate numbers. So they have proven their worth many times. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of the Windsor, authorize solicitors submit to Spectrum Charter Communications, Inc. for the following employees to sell cable and mobile telephone services door to door at various locations in the Town of the Windsor. Abdul Kadar Ibrahim, Anthony P. Mario, Michael L. Figueroa, Christian Redmond, Lorraine Wheeler, and Kevin Detweiler. Permit shall be obtained from the town clerk's office. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe.
Yeah, no.
Councilmember Detti.
No.
Councilwoman Santiago.
No.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
No.
Supervisor Myers.
No. Receive and file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached petition in the matter of the application of a BHF LLC for a change to the Town of Windsor zoning code to expand permitted uses within an R1 rural resident zoning district. This has to do with a farm that's looking to go in where there was going to be 170 single-family homes out on the western end. So that proposal will be, there'll be a public hearing in October? David, is that the October meeting? Okay. We have had one public meeting on that already, so there'll be another one, and then there'll be another one in the planning board. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby, is that 17 again? I'm on 18, right? Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby declare its intent to serve as lead agency pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. Direct this town engineer to circulate for lead agency, call for a public hearing to consider proposed local law to amend Chapter 300, Attachment 7 to the Town Code, Town of Windsor, to expand permitted use within the R1 Rural Residential Zoning District, and hereby to hold a public hearing on October 5th, 2022, at the Town Hall, Town of New Windsor, New York, 555 New Windsor, New York again, at 7 p.m., and direct the town clerk to provide the due notice of such hearing by publication and posting in accordance with the resolution attached here to a motion.
Second.
Councilmember Rowe.
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, so that's that public hearing I just alluded to. Hearing no objection, Town Hall, Town of New Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached fully executed grant agreement effective May 4th, 2022, between the Housing Trust Corporation represented by the New York State Office of Community Renewal and Town of New Windsor for $495,600 in the Community Development Grant for the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act, funding for the replacement, improvement, and heating and ventilation, air conditioning, as well as installation of new touchless plumbing fixtures, sensor activity front door to the Town of New Windsor Senior Center, commonly known as the Moresco Center. So this is a grant that we have received from the state of New York, and this community center, which is Moresco Center, is long overdue for an upgrade. So I just want to acknowledge the work that our town engineer and our town attorney and his paralegal did to get this grant. So it's a $495,000 grant that will get that building fixed up. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receive and file a memorandum of understanding between the Town of New Windsor and the CSCA Local 1000 AFSCME AFL-CIO to allow for defined workday week for recreation aids. This is just, we have asked some of our employees, instead of working Monday through Friday, they'll work Wednesday through Sunday, and they were willing to do that. We just had to get the approval of their union. So that's that. In no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor shall receive and file the town clerk the attached. What are we doing? What is that? Did I miss one?
21.
Which one?
Notice of application.
Oh, yeah, I had two. There's another receiving file here. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file the town clerk the attached notice of complete application received from New York State Department of Environmental Conservation regarding the Village of Curacaw's application for proposed disturbance of freshwater wetland, CO-11, and its 100-foot adjacent area as an alternative to the alignment of the Village of Curious Joe's water transmission line to avoid the Five Corners intersection at Vales Gate. This is nothing, the town had no say in this. This is something that the DEC has to deal with KJ, and they just sent us a copy, so we're just receiving and filing it. Now we'll get to the monthly report. Chairman, no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor shall receive and file with the town clerk the attached monthly reports for the following departments, July 2022. Justice Court, Noreen Calderon, Justice Court, George Myers, Police Department, Building Department, Recreation Department, Tax Receivers, Utility Report, Town Clerk, and the Windsor Medical Emergency Services. I did notice here, Chief, that you had 6 DWI arrests. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's amazing that people are still driving around here drunk. And I commend you and your staff for kind of pulling them in, and appreciate that. We had a really very busy season, month with our ambulance call. Did over 300 calls. And one thing about our ambulance call, if they get there, they can get you to the hospital. Lots of course going on right now. There's a lot of trouble in the county, and we are not one of the ones having trouble. Okay, so we are now at the portion where anybody from the public can speak to anything they want to speak to. So if you want to speak, I just ask you to come up to the microphone, just state your name and where you live, and give me a little brief where you got the.
Good evening.
Yep.
Brennan Barnes. I own the 2 homes on Victory Lane, which go down to John Constantino.
Okay.
And appreciate your speedy and
Yeah, right. I'm after.
working on the house.
Right.
We're trying to get rid of the house.
Right.
I've been looking at it for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's stayed.
My wife complained 10 years ago about the house. That's what originally got it condemned. And
Mhm.
then it just progressed, but you know, wherever it's going, hopefully get leveled or, you know.
Yeah,
doing some good
it's going.
Yeah, just that, you know, we're all, surrounding,
Mhm.
you know, the house, just that if it's possible that we can all be kept in a loop
Yeah.
and, you know.
I spoke to Kathleen today on the phone, and I return phone calls every day. If you call me on a Monday, I call you back on a Monday. Mr. Rendazzo, I think, is that you? I don't see so good anymore, but that's you. He's been to my office a number of times. Easily accessible.
Yeah.
You send an email, I respond the same day. So if you need to know anything, just call me or send me an email, I'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
We're very good about that.
Yeah, no, 'cause it's just been, the place has been a nightmare.
No, I agree,
For everyone around it, and, you know.
100%.
John was an absolute nightmare, that's probably why he didn't respond. So-
Yeah, well-
But, you know, it's, you know, it got condemned, I don't even know how many years ago, and. But at that time, I don't know.
This is, listen,
There
I'm,
was a lot of inaction at that point, which now seems to be.
no, listen, we're on it, and I'm gonna check, probably tomorrow and see if this guy, I don't even know his name, Sal, he bought the mansion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check to see with the county, see if that's true. I mean, if he bought it, then I guess we need to get him in here and tell him that he's on the hook.
There was a crew of guys down
Yeah,
there
I heard that.
on Sunday, so I don't, you know.
That's what she said today,
I
Kathleen.
wouldn't right mind would just go clean up the property without, you know.
I agree.
Interest in it, so.
So we're gonna find that out too. Whoever owns it is in the soup, that's him. He owns it, that's his problem now,
Yeah, absolutely.
all right?
Yes.
Okay, like I say, anybody needs to talk to me, I mean, I'm here all the time, or you call and I call you back the same day.
Yeah, okay.
Okey dokey, anybody else wanna say anything? No? Okay, there was some concern from Kathleen about apartments, there's gonna be no apartments, forget about apartments.
Sold to family now.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
And,
Whatever he had is long gone, because he
yeah,
kind of
there's
abandoned
no
it.
way we could put an apartment building down there anyway. Yeah, that's the least of my worries.
Yeah, not gonna happen, I think there was some concern about
Yeah, I
that,
just wanna know, 'cause I have those 2 houses and I have.
right?
I'm just wondering, you know, if it's gonna come into a demolition. Then just a heads up as to when it's gonna happen, so I can be notified and,
Mhm.
you know.
All right, anybody on the board wanna say anything? Up it up? Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the meeting at 7:28 PM, motion?
Moved. Second.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes.